Yeah, so I guess recording has been started. Yeah. So today today we are going to complete or give a mock practice of this AWS associate exam. I have prepared about the certification exam from this PDF which I can share to you guys like in YouTube description after uploading this video. So for now, let me complete this essay exam, mock exam. Yeah. So computer vision team at Orion Dynamics is training a deep neural network on 32 TB. As a FinOps lead at a digital media analytics startup running web APIs and machine learning pipelines on AWS, your executive team wants to curb spend by preserving availability and performance for critical services. Which actions using AWS cost management tool will help you track spend, uncover saving and right size resources across multiple AWS accounts. Don't let me make a directory of the questions that I have to visit again. You must hold one note in code categorical field 24 month of data with minimum operation. It comes under data pre-processing. So might be possible AWS Glue, Data Glue. A telemedicine company is using Amazon Transcribe to turn audio from virtual consultation into text for better documentation and analytics. To keep these transcripts secure, at rest, and support regulatory compliance, which additional AWS service should be integrated with Amazon Transcribe? Okay, so we have to keep this transcript. Amazon S3. Yes. You are the machine learning engineer for telehealth provider that uses an Amazon SageMaker real-time endpoint to triage patient symptoms from mobile visit. During evening hour, traffic surges cause latency to jump from about 150 milliseconds to multi-millisecond, and some request timeout. With a limited budget, you need to quickly diagnose and fix the capacity bottleneck while keeping costs under control. Basically, I am a machine learning engineer then for a telehealth provider that uses Amazon SageMaker real-time to triage patient symptoms from the mobile visit. Okay. During evening hour, traffic surges cause latency to jump upon 150 milliseconds to multiple seconds. Okay. So 150 milliseconds was a baseline, and multiple seconds causes a latency. And some request time. With a limited budget, you need to quickly diagnose and fix the capacity bottleneck while keeping cost under control. Okay. This can be good. I think this will be good because it enables automatic scaling for the SageMaker endpoint with some auto scaling policies, so we can, if the in traffic surges comes in evening hours, then we can set some auto scaling policies there, and according to that we can also add some AWS budget alert. Alright. A university medical center stores sensitive imaging data set in Amazon S3 bucket encrypted with AWS KMS name SSE KMS. Okay. KMS for your information is key management store. A machine learning engineer need to read the object from the Amazon SageMaker notebook instance and decrypt them while following least privilege and develop security best practices. Which action would independently enable the notebook to access and decrypt the data? Let's add the question to the later revisit. As a data scientist at a media streaming company, you must boast the accuracy of a sentiment classifier that evaluates app store reviews. Media streaming company, you must boast the accuracy of a sentiment classifier that evaluates app store review. The current pipeline uses sentiment simple classifier and hand engineered touch feature, which approach is most likely to improve accuracy while removing the need for manual feature engineering. no form. My guess would be replace the current pipeline, improve accuracy, gather a label data set that gives the same handcrafted features and model. My guess would be yes, this one, because I think logistic regression is a very simple model for something like sentiment analysis. It is a sentiment classifier. Yeah, I guess it is the same. Replace the current pipeline with deep neural network that learns test representation end to end from raw reviews. An ML specialist at Helios imaging is training a large scale object detection model on Amazon SageMaker. Large scale object detection on Amazon SageMaker with about 32 dB of images. They plan to train across multiple GPU instances. Will deliver the highest training efficiency. Okay, let me think. Use file mode, large scale object detection model, SageMaker 32 TB, GPU instances, multiple nanny, and need to maximize compute. I'm a little bit confused between the second option and the fourth option. It is okay. Is it multiple correct? Were all the questions multiple correct? Okay. I never thought so. But still I think that second option is the most optimized one. Okay. Regulated digital payment startup in North America must scorecard transaction fraud in under 70 milliseconds. For fraud in under 70 milliseconds, during burst of 180,000 requests per minute while protecting highly sensitive user data and maintaining very high availability, which AWS approach best provides strong security and resilient and real-time inference at a scale. Hmm. Yes, this train and host model on Amazon SageMaker with auto scaling across multiple availability zones and protect a public interface using AWS Shield Advanced. Yes, okay. Next question is, you are deploying a churn propensity model on Amazon SageMaker or Nimbus DB. Transition action 99.95% availability, release strategy that support model versioning, gradual traffic shifting, and immediate rollback to avoid business impact if a new version misbehave. Okay, immediate rollback should be there. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, this blue-green deployment. I have to study this one, but I know that this is a great answer. Fintech startup is training a deep learning model in Amazon SageMaker to forecast credit default risk. Dataset contains about 30 million records, and team want to tune hyperparameters to drive down validation loss. Okay. Okay. Let me add this. I have to study it first. You are a machine learning engineer at a fintech startup building a borrower default classifier. After 12 weeks of experiment with logistic regression, decision tree, and support vector machine, none of the individual models provide accuracy and stability you need across 8-fold cross validation. You want to combine these heterogeneous models so that their strength reinforce one another and the weaknesses are offset. Which approach is most likely to raise overall performance? Machine learning engineer, borrower default classifier. You must want to combine these heterogeneous models with. Okay. You want to combine these heterogeneous models so that their strength reinforces one another. Okay. Set which approach. Okay. Okay, choose one. Choose 3. Okay. Here I have to choose 3 options. Choose 1. Choose 3. Okay. So the keyword is strength should be reinforced. Okay. First one can be correct option. Use backing. Okay. Average no. Average should be not be an option. Apply stacking by feeding the prediction of logistic regression. Okay. I think the first one is the most appropriate option I can think of. Okay. Which SageMaker feature mirror live inference request to a new model for side-by-side evaluation without affecting production responses. To a new model for side-by-side evaluation. Okay, I have to study this one. You lead program management at multinational digital marketplace, running several ML initiatives such as personalized training, payment anomaly detection, and supply planning forecast. Several ML initiatives such as personalized ranking, payment anomaly detection, and supply planning forecast. Finance need monthly project level report with auditable roll-up, and each team must stay within a quarterly budget. You want a repeatable, low maintenance way to attribute and report spent by project team and environment using AWS service. Alright. Repeatable, low maintenance way to attribute and report spent by project. Actually, there are several ML initiatives: personalized ranking, payment anomaly detection, and supply planning forecast. Finance need monthly project level report with auditable roll-up, and each team must have stay with quarterly budget. You want a repeatable, low maintenance way to attribute and report spent by a project. Okay, so there should be classification by project. Alright, to a finance team. I spend by a project, team, and environment. using AWS service. What is the most effective approach to implement? I think the third one. I think the third one is the most appropriate option. Okay. At Riverbank Lending Cooperative, I think I should also take care of the time. 25 minutes. Okay, so I would be doing only 65 questions in 130 minutes of time span, and this is the actual time frame in the real exam that I have to complete. At Riverbank Lending Cooperative, you are developing a binary classifier to decide whether to approve personal loan using attributes such as annual income, credit score, and years of employment. Approval make up about 20% of the application. Compliance requires strong predictive quality and evidence that decisions are fair across age, gender, and ethnicity. Okay. I have to study this one. I think there is some service of AWS which already provide this as a built-in feature, as this what we can say that model doesn't bias towards a gender, ethnicity, and all this stuff. A travel booking platform uses a machine learning workflow to forecast weekly reservation. A data provider uploads curated training files every 5 to 6 days into Amazon S3 bucket named Bookings ML Raw. An Amazon SageMaker pipeline is already defined to retrain when fresh data land. Okay. But engineers still started by hand. How can the ML engineer automatically start the pipeline whenever new projects are added to the bucket, keeping operational overhead as low as possible? A data provider upload curated training file for every 5 to 6 days into Amazon S3 bucket, booking ML raw. Alright. Schedule, we can't schedule it because it is not clearly defined. And the new data would be coming. So it must be event based change. I don't think so. Enable Amazon event bridge for the bucket. Created event with the SageMaker pipeline as a target. Alright. I think turn on bucket versioning and configure SageMaker to automatically start a pipeline when object version changes. Alright, I think this is the nicest option. Okay, so they choose 3. Okay, so yeah, I guess publish a custom event from a lightweight lambda that is triggered by a S3 notification. Custom event from a lightweight lambda as the question already says, while keeping operational overhead as low as possible. So I don't think so we have to involve the lambda like services here. Right. At video media, we are tightening security for internal Amazon Kendra search portal that indexes roughly 240,000 documents from Amazon S3 and Microsoft SharePoint online. Okay, offline. The security team want to automatically detect suspicious access to sensitive content and send the near real-time notification to the on-call team. Alright. Yeah. SNS is for real-time notification, simple notification service, and I have to study on this what exactly Mackie does. Alright, let me choose one. Okay, we are a machine learning engineer at NovaFlex, a streaming media platform that generates personalized content recommendation. Viewer demand searches on Friday premieres and during 45-day promotional campaign. And the team must control cost while meeting latency target at traffic fluctuates. Which approach in Amazon SageMaker should you use to maintain performance and scale efficiently without overspending? We have to choose 2 options. Yeah, I have to study on this also. What are exactly this? At max I can think of only this one. If I should be taking a guess, then I would prefer this one. Okay, you are an engineer at a global e-commerce company running a payment fraud model on Amazon SageMaker real-time endpoint. During flash sale, traffic rises from roughly 500 requests per second to about 2400. P955 latency client server. from 70 milliseconds to more than 320 milliseconds. And some requests fail due to insufficient capacity. So, ML engineer at a global e-commerce company running a payment fraud model on Amazon SageMaker real-time endpoint during flash sale. Traffic rises from roughly 500 requests per second to about 2400. P95 latency climbed up from 70 milliseconds to more about 320 milliseconds. To study this one also. From 70 milliseconds to around 320 milliseconds, and some requests fail due to insufficient capacity. What is the most effective way? Very predictable answer is a team of adds holistic analytics in customizing a large foundation model to power internal support assistant using both fine-tuning and retrieval augmented generation with a private knowledge base. Alright, this statement currently describes how these two approaches affect the model parameter. Okay. Okay. Very easy. So you are the ML platform engineer at a fintech startup that runs fraud detection, personalized offer ranking, and anomaly detection model. As the company launches into new region and expect data volume to triple within the next 12 months, you must design an ML platform that remain maintainable, scales per model, and control cost as requirement evolve. So you are the ML platform engineer at fintech startup that runs fraud detection, personalized offer ranking, and anomaly detection model. As the company launches into new region and expect data volume to triple within the next 12 months, you must design an ML platform that remains maintainable, scales per model, and control cost as requirement evolve. You have to choose three options. Mm. Renewable energy firm collect around 1,20,000 telemetry event per second from wind turbine. Stream processing with Amazon managed service on Apache Flink and needs to keep compact summaries available for the fast dashboard lookup and later ad hoc analysis, which architecture delivers real-time ingestion and processing with highly scalable data meters. Mm, yes, yes, one. We are building a failure prediction model for a regional wind farm operator using turbine telemetry collected over 14 months. The model shows very low loss on the training split but degrades noticeably on new batches. And you also suspect the model may be too simple for certain operating regimes. Hmm. Where the machine learning lead at a subscription-based video streaming startup that include personalized content recommendation, generative AI service for marketing, creative and high-capacity fraud detection model for payment. The recommendation system must respond in 80 milliseconds for interactive use. The generative model experiences sudden surges in the demand and must scale aggressively. The fraud detection model is large yet must integrate cleanly with existing serverless application to minimize operation. Which deployment target should you choose for this model to meet their respective need? Use AWS Lambda. Okay, machine learning subscription based model. start to study on the 25th. Our insurance provider is building a machine learning model to flag potentially fraudulent claim. Data comes from Amazon S3 and on-premises Microsoft SQL Server. Our insurance provider is building a machine learning model to flag potentially fraudulent claim. Data comes from Amazon S3 and on-premises Microsoft SQL Server that's really phone to do. AW. Your ML team at a national telemedicine provider must deploy a model that processes protected health information on AWS. Pediatric genetics lab at Aura Research Hospital plan to use Amazon recognition to analyze facial photos for phenotypic. What is phenotyping? Digital S3 KMS and Mackie. Your team at Solara Health Tech is serving a real-time inference API on Amazon SageMaker that must deliver low latency and sustain high request volume despite optimizing the model code P99 response remain high and throughput is below target when running a single ML.C6i large endpoint with a default configuration. You manage a real-time risk scoring model. You manage a real-time risk scoring model for a ride-sharing platform. Evening peak traffic can surge up to 35,000 predictions per minute. P97 latency rises above 700 milliseconds, and some requests are rejected due to insufficient capacity. Okay. Rely on Amazon SageMaker. No solution that continuously monitors. Alright. So I have only attempted 30 questions, and out of 30 there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Out of 30 only 15 questions were correct. So yeah, in the next upcoming stream I will be doing the next 30 questions and try to improve my score. So yeah, that's all from my side in the today live stream. Let's meet tomorrow.